does not mean that it doesn't exist. For instance, one of the things that many of us find is that before you have children, you view the world in a certain way, and you really can't quite understand those silly people that have kids and how they carry them. You know, a lot of times you have a different point of view. It's a harder point of view, and it's a whole different outlook when you don't have children. I mean, mentally, you may be very resonant with having children and so on, or children, you may love children, but it's not the same as when you have children, because when you have children, something happens because you're so, that being, you're so close to it, and you feel so close to it, and you know, things go in the normal way, why then you just love that child. And so then you see that everyone is someone's child, and then you have a different attitude. If you really reflect on your life and examine it, you start to have a pretty different attitude about other people. You're not just, you know, competing individuals. They're somebody's kid. They were once a happy young child that somebody really loved and maybe may still love. So that kind of informs your point of view. So, but you know, if you don't have that experience, you can't really understand it. You have to ride the horse. But I'm just saying that, you know, I suggested you just because you don't aren't aware, you have not reflected that there is, you know, God or whatever spiritual reality, another reality besides the one that you experience in your physical body here. You know, ultimately doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I'm not going to argue that it does, because, you know, you have to have that experience. And if you had an experience where you know, went on the other side or something, then there's no way I would say, well, you know, if I said to you, well, you were hallucinating, and you would just laugh in my face. You'd say, I know what I experienced, and I know what I felt, and I know where I went, and I know what I saw, and don't tell me. So, you know, now the thing is that if you take it upon yourself to take your own life, why then this is going to be a matter of your judgment. Let's look at when you went over to Afghanistan. I think it was it Afghanistan or Iraq? It's been a while since I watched this, I don't remember, but wherever you went and this happened to you, you used your own judgment then. But the thing is, there were things you didn't know about at the time. And then later, when you found out, then I'm sure you probably had the thought, boy, if I knew what I know now, I would never have gone over there at all. I wouldn't have been so eager to go over there. Isn't that so? So now you're getting ready to make another judgment. You're taking it upon yourself to take your own life. What if later on, let's say, you know, that you have different experiences, and then you realize, oh my God, what was I doing? Boy, I wish I hadn't done that. But of course, if you take your own life, that option is going to be open to you, at least not in this world, not in this business here, where you have a body, physical body and everything. So, I hope, because, see, if there is another world, then of course it has a lot of order and everything else. So, like for instance, when it's time for them to die, then arrangements are made, because, you know, they're going to go on in their spiritual life. So, you know, the tickets are gotten. You know, I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that have to happen. Everything has to be just right. Then, you know, just at the best moment, the most positive moment, when you maybe have endured more, or when the future would be negative for your soul, or anything like that. Anyway, it's over my head. I don't know. I'm just an ordinary person, but at a certain point, oh, that's it. And it's usually a surprise. Even people that are suffering under, like, having a heart attack or something, or have heart problems, I've seen situations. They try to keep them alive and everybody's around. Then one day, nobody's around just for an hour or something, then they're gone. You can't get them back. I don't want to babble on. The thing is, but if that preparation hasn't been made, and then, it's like you go to the train station and then you're stuck there because you don't have the ticket and the train already hadn't come yet or hadn't left yet. So you can't just go on with your real life. Your life as your being, which you may not feel you have a being. I don't know what you feel. But anyway, so then, there's some pretty terrifying stories about. I don't know too far with that, but I mean, there are stories, and good stories about people that took their own life and they get stuck. There hadn't been a place made for them, and honestly, I couldn't say from my own experience completely whether that's true or not. And I'm not going to go into my experience because it would interest you, because I do have some experience. Anyhow, I wish you the best. God bless you, and I hope and I want you to be able to really reflect. This is a serious matter. You know how serious it was when they came and took your life. Now you're going to go further. I mean, they didn't take your life. They almost took your life. And that was a very serious thing. And now you're going to make a decision. And you're going to act. You're thinking about it. Acting on your own and taking your own life. That's a very serious decision that you're making. It's even more serious than what happened to you before, isn't it? So before you were paralyzed, and but you're still alive. Now, this decision, that's even a bigger decision. So I hope that you'll make the right decision. And our wishes and our love and our hope for you is that you'll do the right thing. Okay, bye-bye.